channel, the Cloth Diaper Podcast, where we like to do science experiments about cloth diapers. You should use the word science a lot more lightly because science implies that I'm a scientist. I'm not a scientist. We're doing some cloth diaper experiments. We're doing some kitchen science. We're doing some pseudoscience today. And we're trying to talk about all those things out there in the cloth diaper world that people say I'm not really sure is true or not. So one of the things I want to do is they talk about how you should add your hemp because it's a slow absorber to the bottom and you put your microfiber on top. So hemp, microfiber. And this is supposed to be the winning combo. To be specific, this is blueberry microfiber, which blueberry microfiber tends to be a denser, higher quality microfiber, if that was to be a thing. And this is a Geffen Baby, 60% hemp, 40% cotton. This is, I believe, their fleece lineup. So we've talked about it, and I'll mention it again here if you haven't watched the other videos, that there is a difference in textiles, jerseys, fleeces. They all absorb differently. They all hold moisture differently, but this is what I got today. The thing about microfiber and why hemp is nice to pair with microfiber is that microfiber has some serious compression to it. We got them piled up, and we're just gonna add, you guys, I hate microfiber. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. I know I've washed this, but I haven't used it enough for it to hate me.
Alright, so I poured about a cup or 8 ounces over this. The microfiber is going to absorb about 5.3 ounces of this, and the Geffen Baby ended up absorbing about 3.2 ounces. This is somewhat okay, and considering I let it soak for 4 to 5 minutes, I kind of expected the Geffen Baby to be a little bit more wet, but maybe because there isn't the compression of a baby, we're not getting that real life experience.
Alright, so this has been about 4 minutes over here, and let's see. Thing to know. So the other one to see is how much compression. You know what? This is why you should like hemp, is because it doesn't have a lot of compression to it. So if I go like this, not much. Not really the same impact. I mean, so if you let an insert like this get fully saturated to the point where it is holding 8 ounces of absorbency.
We're really just playing around with the microfiber here and seeing how the liquid oozes out when you put pressure on. I'm equally surprised by how much it sucks back up, but once I started doing some rolling motions with it and putting more pressure, I definitely began to see a lot of loss of liquid. If you had weak elastics or a bad fit, this could easily be why a cloth diaper would leak on you in a compression situation, or if your child really moved around in those situations. So it's not all bad, but it's not all good either. Now I have the Geffen Baby hemp insert down, and I'm doing the same thing, if not with more force, to really try to squeeze out some of that liquid. But it's not happening. Hemp fibers, cotton fibers, they hold on to liquids so much better, and you can put down so much force. Even when I began to do my rolly action, we see a little bit of liquid begin to bubble up, but it takes a lot of work to really bring it to the surface and cause any sort of leakage that I might say would become problematic. That was a lot of work to do that, guys. A lot of work.
Okay. Now I can give you some answers. When we're talking compression and we're talking hemp and we're talking microfiber insert, if you squeeze this bad boy, you're gonna lose a lot of absorbency when you're rolling it up and squeezing it, which I think we knew. But when you lay it flat and you squeeze it and you roll, you don't lose as much. It takes a lot of effort to squeeze out absorbency out of a hemp insert, at least this hemp insert. And I'm going to do some squeeze and roll tests, I think, going forward on other hemp bamboo inserts to really give us that look and see what's happening. And as a community, I would love us to create some assumptions and experience. Microfiber is one of these things that, yes, when you squeeze it and roll it, it has a lot of compression. When you're just putting weight on it like this, up and down, it seems to be that it really does absorb it back. But once you do that roll, then you really do lose a lot of absorbency. I found when I paired these two together and I did a up and down absorbency roll, that the hemp underneath sucked that up real fast. But when you're just peeing without that compression, the hemp was pretty slow and the microfiber really did hold the gist of that liquid. So I'm going to just say, I'm going to make the assumption right now is that the hemp isn't drawing the liquid out of the microfiber as fast as maybe we suspect it does. I would love for you to give me your perspective about what you saw in this video. This was just my experience. I was really just playing around and making a video for you because I really do kind of love doing this play around, and I had the kids at babysitters, and this is kind of what makes me excited about life. So yeah, join the conversation below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you find out when my next videos are, and whatever the topic is, if there's something else you'd love us to do, let me know.